new to this site. So when I first arrived, one of the things that the school counselor had left were these two videos, which were the bully alert and the hero stories. So I kind of asked around to the different staff members, well, what are these for? Because every school has different programs that they use. And I was told, well, this is a program that they used last year. And so I kind of, before school started, I went through and I read all the stories and I was really impressed. But I wasn't sure what the response was going to be from the kids. So first week school started, I played the CDs for the kids, and then during recess I asked the kids, so what were you guys able to hear the story? What did you get from it? And they all seemed very receptive. They listened to it, and they were even able to summarize what the message was about. And this is 4th grade through 6th grade, so I was really impressed. The one thing I would have to say that I appreciate about the program, and really about anything that has to do with teaching children, is that it gives you what am I trying to say? A replacement behavior. It's not just saying do not, do not, do not, because that's easy to say, but when we give them other options where, of course, don't be a bully, but you can be this instead, and it's so much better. And I think that's really helpful. Because, being a counselor, I've been doing this for a while, and I've used a lot of programs that are just so negative, that are just, you shouldn't be doing this and you shouldn't be doing that, but I haven't seen very much success with those. And so with this kind of program, that has a more positive twist to it, I can see it because I can hear the kids using the language. Teachers actually do follow up and have discussions about what was said during the story, and I think that's the most important piece, not just playing it, but being able to have a discussion about what was just said, what was the point of, listening to this story. And then once we actually had the assembly.
I'd like to thank Mr. Jim Lord for his presentation here at my site, Freedom Elementary here in Farmersville, California. And I can see why he is in high demand. Our students and our teachers really enjoyed the program, the messages that were given throughout the program, and the stories. I can see that our kids were very engaged with his stories. They were anxious to give responses to a lot of his questions that he had. So the students had to be really good listeners, and that was evident throughout the whole assembly.
I think it has a lot to do with Mr. Lord's ability to engage the kids, and the songs, they were really into that. Even the 6th graders, I believe, were wanting him to sing the songs, and they were really engaged, and not anyone can do that. I know that not everyone's a public speaker, but Mr. Lord's very good at what he does, and the kids were just full attention, and they were participating, and everyone just left with smiles on their faces and feeling positive. Not like they were just lectured about how bad it is to be a bully. They left there with just this positive energy. And
it was great because Mr. Lord was very friendly, very energetic. He kept the kids' attentions. He mixed stories with first-hand experiences, with songs, and even had some kids say they really enjoy the music, and that's something that they really liked, and they were kind of humming in as they were walking through the halls. So that was great to see that they were not only in but present and actually engaged with what he was saying. I love that it didn't focus on the negative. So many times you have messages on anti-bullying, don't do this, don't do this, is what a bully is, you shouldn't do this. Instead, it was, this is what you should do. And it had the aspects of what you shouldn't do, but that wasn't the message. The message instead, the majority of it was, this is what it looks like to be someone who is a hero. This is what it looks like to be someone who makes a difference. The stories that we play in the mornings back that up as well. It gives examples of people who've done this in their own lives, and a lot of them, it starts from when they were just little kids. And I love the story that Mr. Lord told about when he was a little kid in 1st grade. And I believe it was Francine was the girl who helped him. And the kids, it's like a light bulb went on. Like, hey, 1st grade, that's not much different than me. And I was in a situation like this, and this guy who's up there and seems like he has everything together, he didn't start out perfect either. And so that message, I think, really made it so that Mr. Lord never presented himself like, hey, I'm perfect, I have everything all together, but instead I figured it out, and I was able to learn from these experiences. And I think that made it a lot more real to the kids. And that's what I liked about the message, that not only was it relatable, not only is it things that the kids could say, hey, that's like me, but it was real. It didn't seem scripted, it didn't seem fake. It really was something that I believe Mr. Lord genuinely is concerned about kids, and it's something that's really deep on his heart, that I know that he can come and do these, and it's not just a job, it's something that he really cares about these kids. And I think that the sincerity came through, and that's something that I've heard the staff mention, that's something I've heard the kids say, and that made him a lot more open and willing to speak. So I'm really excited about what this program can do.
After the assembly, it feels more real, you know, the program and what we're doing. So I think it'll make it easier for everyone here on campus to really embrace it, because, you know, we had Mr. Lord here, and it kind of made everything come full circle.
I highly recommend this program. I think it's very useful, and I will encourage other schools in the area to use the same program as well.